Good afternoon. This is the Classical Cafe. I'm Caitlin Matson, and we have a green room. I welcome into the green room Dr. Matthew Schloneger from Friends University. Hello, Matt.
Hi, Caitlin. Great to be here.
Well, we're so thrilled you're here to talk to us about your upcoming production of The Gondoliers.
Yes, we are opening Gondoliers next Thursday night. So it'll be October 18, 19, and 20 here at Friends University. And we'd love to have everyone come out for it'll be a great and really entertaining show.
Friends University is thriving currently. Your fine arts department is doing so many incredible things. You have the addition of a brand new music theater degree over the past couple of years that's been added. You've welcomed Dr. Moore, Rayvon Moore, to your staff. And things are just going really well. And you shared some news behind the scenes with me just now. You want to make an announcement?
Yeah, we just found out yesterday that for the third year in a row, Friends University has made the finals of the National Opera Association's Opera Scenes competition. So we're one of the top 4 undergraduate submissions to that competition in the nation, and we'll be competing at the national conference for that in January. So really excited for that. And of course, this is our operetta production for the year, so we'll be able to showcase some of those great students next week.
That's so fantastic. All right. So, this is one of the lesser known operettas of Gilbert and Sullivan. You know, we know the Mikado, we know Pirates of Penzance. Tell us about the Gondoliers.
Well, the Gondoliers, actually, in the time that it was premiered, was one of Gilbert and Sullivan's most popular operas. It actually ran for 554 performances in London, which was actually the second of all of their operettas, second only to HMS Pinafore. So longer than that it ran in London than the Pirates of Penzance and the Mikado of those. And it was really considered their last great success, one of the last shows they did, and the last one that was a big success. It's a wonderful score, and it is like all the other Gilbert and Sullivan operettas. It has just a hilarious satirical plot with lots of wonderful music.
That's something they do all have in common. Did Gilbert and Sullivan even take a chance composing something serious? Do they have any serious operettas?
The more serious, actually, the Yeoman of the Guard, which they was the show they did right before this one, is a little more serious. And actually, there's stories and letters between Gilbert and Sullivan before this show. I guess Sullivan, who's the composer, was wanting to write some more grand opera, and Gilbert said, no, we have to keep it light and funny. And so they had some arguments, and before they finally settled on Gondoliers. But I think one thing that's interesting about Gondoliers is that it does have some of the most intricate, some of the best music of any of their scores, and actually it has the most amount of music. That's the longest musical score of any of the Gilbert and Sullivan operettas. A little less dialogue, a little more music. But of course, it is all completely silly and hilarious, as are all of their shows.
The Gondoliers is November 18th through the 20th, 18th and 19th at 7:30, November the 20th at 2 o'clock, all performances in Sebitz Auditorium on the Friends University campus. For tickets, you can go to friends.edu/fine arts tickets or call the Fine Arts box office. And if you have a pen and paper handy, that is 316-295-5677. The Gondoliers, kind of one of the perfect operas for undergrads, especially if you have a rather young undergraduate program that skews more towards like the freshmen and sophomores. Tell us a bit about what you have to take into consideration when you choose an opera for students of this age group.
Well, you want something that is not too heavy in orchestration, because especially for opera, some younger singers aren't necessarily ready to sing Verdi and Puccini yet. That might be difficult on those young voices. One thing that we definitely wanted to take into consideration was that we had something with an ensemble cast. We are just loaded and blessed with a bunch of fantastic singers this year. And we wanted to have something that would showcase them all. We also have a number of fantastic opera majors and a large number of really fine music theater majors who can sing in that more are able to sing in more of that legit, more operatic style. And of course, Gilbert and Sullivan is the precursor of American musical theater, and
Mhm.
it's allowed us to showcase a lot of those fantastic students.
We'll be right back and talk more about the Gondoliers and fine arts at Friends University with Dr. Matthew Schloneger. But let's take a brief pause and listen to the overture of the Gondoliers. We will be back. The overture to Gilbert and Sullivan's operetta, The Gondoliers, which Friends University is going to present to the public November 18th through the 20th. The evenings of the 18th and the 19th, the production is at 7:30, and then on Sunday afternoon, the 20th, curtain is at 2 in Sebbit's Auditorium. And I have Dr. Matthew Schloninger. Are you music director, stage director?
I am the music director of the show, so I'll be in the pit. And Rolane Hetherington, who's one of our other music professors here, is stage directing, and choreography by our professor of music, theater, and dance, Sheldon Mba. So it's a big collaboration from the full department.
Oh, wonderful. All right. So, like we were talking about this, the strength of Friends University Fine Arts, and you have several other things coming up in the future. I think the community is familiar with your candlelight Christmas concert when that is coming up here in just a couple of weeks.
That's coming up December 2 to 4, so right after Thanksgiving, at the end of our semester. This year we'll be on campus in Sebbit's Auditorium, and that of course features our entire department, and it should be a wonderful event, and hope everyone will come out for that.
And you're in the process of big renovations.
Yes, we're in the final stages of a $7 million campaign to renovate and add to the Riney Fine Arts Center. So it will give us much needed renovation to our space, a complete redo of Sebbit's Auditorium. We'll be adding a large entryway and a new chapel, a new black box theater, and a recording studio. So we're very excited about that.
A recording studio. Well, of
Studio,
course.
of
It would be
course.
ridiculous if you didn't in this day and age.
Yes.
That's exciting.
Yes, we're very excited. We are really trying to get over the hump for our full 7 million by the end of this year. And we're a little over 6 million right now. So really appreciate all the generous gifts we've received so far. And if anyone's interested in helping us out,
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Smooth. No, that's very exciting.
yeah, we're very excited.
All right. And then your brand new music theater program does a musical every year. And this year, what's the musical this year?
We'll be doing Catch Me If You Can first weekend in February. So that's a fun show, a great jazzy score, and we've got a fantastic cast for that show as well. So we're looking forward to it.
Great. All right. So one more time, the Gondoliers is next weekend, November 18th through the 20th. Evening performances at 7:30, and that Sunday matinee begins at 2 o'clock. For tickets, go to friends.edu/fineartstickets, or you can call the Fine Arts box office at 316-295-5677. So you mentioned the Gondoliers is frivolous fun, but would you be able to give us a short plot summary?
I'll do my best to keep it short because Gilbert and Sullivan plots are always crazy, but basically the first act starts in Venice in Italy, and two just married Venetian gondoliers, the title of the opera, are informed by the Grand Inquisitor of Spain, who had just shown up, that one of them has just become the king of the mythical kingdom of Barataria, which is supposedly a kingdom in Spain. But only their foster mother, who's presently at large, knows which one of them is. So one of them is the king, but they don't know who it is. And it turns out, unfortunately, that the king was also wed in infancy to the beautiful daughter of the Spanish Duke of Plaza Toro. So it seems that one of the gondoliers, they don't know which one, is an unintentional bigamist, and they have to figure out who they're.
It's so ridiculous.
It's
Keep
ridiculous.
going.
And their beautiful daughter is in love with the common servant. So we have all these interesting things. So 2 husbands and 3 wives, and they have to figure out who is married to who. But of course, in the end, the true identity of the king is revealed, and it's a happy ending, and you'll have to come see how it plays out. And
Isn't it just fabulous? Oh, God bless it. Gilbert and Sullivan. They're all like that. It's hilarious fun. It makes no sense, but people are going to laugh the whole time.
yeah, you'll laugh the whole time. And of course, it's all um, just poking fun at the kind of the seriousness of Victorian culture in England, and yeah, good fun all the way through. And we will be doing a few updates to the script as well that I think people should find fun.
Oh, that's great. Well, let's see. Let's go over the details one more time. Matthew, would you do the honors of telling us when the Gondoliers is and where it's at?
Once again, it will be November 18 to 20 here at Sebitz Auditorium and the Riney Fine Arts Center at Friends University. Friday and Saturday at 7:30 and Sunday, November 20 at 2.
For tickets, go to friends.edu/fineartstickets or call the Fine Arts box office 316-295-5677. I think it's just thrilling what's happening at Friends University. Congratulations on your opera students and their being finalists in the National Opera Association competition. That means you actually physically get to take them to perform at the convention, yes?
That's right. We'll be taking some students to perform in that convention for 1st of January.
Oh, what fun. Well, you're very busy over there. Have a great production and a wonderful candlelight concert. And, I hope everybody stays well. You're so very busy.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah. We'll keep our fingers crossed that we have everyone healthy and for a great production next weekend.
Thank you for joining me.
All right. Thank you so much.